Hello. Good morning. Welcome. My name is Tom Alelio to the Jet Life Podcast. I'm your ultimate jet guide. On this channel, we pull back the curtain on private aviation to help you buy or sell a private jet with no experience necessary to get started. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on an excellent question we got from our free Circle community. If you want to check that out, go to circle.jetlifeair.com. It's a free community for aspiring brokers. And the question of the day is, I'm starting with zero money. Is this a good strategy? And they outline an idea of how they think they should make money and approach being a private jet broker with $0. And we're going to go through it today so that if you are an aspiring jet broker, maybe you're fresh out of school, you're looking for your first career, something you can sink your teeth into. Maybe you're like Alex from our Jet Life Aero Brokerage, who started off at 24 years old and within 18 months is pushing close to getting a $200,000 total commission over his career. Maybe you're like Gabe, our 19-year-old student who professional bodybuilder, thought it'd be a good idea to sell jets over the summer, closed the deal in 60 days, sold his first jet at 19 years old. Maybe you're like Kevin, who is, a little bit older, kind of like my age, in the 30s and the 40s, looking for that second career, something they could really sink their teeth into, something a little bit more than just selling widgets. You want to sell private jets because, who wouldn't, right? You're the coolest guy at the party. It is a very cool, fast-paced, exciting industry. You can be very chill and laid back, like myself, and just kind of enjoy, what the job provides for you and your family. You can live lavishly and go get your private pilot's license like one of our brokers did. Invest in the brand new Jeep Gladiator and charter a trip for your family from Florida to Gatlinburg for vacation, and that becomes your new life. Your new lifestyle, your new jet life. So if that's you, you're in the right place. My name is Tom Alelio. I'm your ultimate jet guide, and today let's talk about this great question. So in the Circle community, the question is this a good strategy? Go to controller, research a market, call the brokers, offer them help in finding a buyer, and ask for a part of the commission, and then go find the buyer. So then the question becomes, okay, how do I find the buyer? I find people with similar planes, pitch it to them, call the mechanics, ask if they know anybody, call flight schools. Yeah. So to answer the question, yes, I think this is the play. I believe this is the play. And so let's go to controller and let's see exactly what we're talking about over here. Boom, boom. And get rid of that. Okay. So here we are in controller. Controller's not the only marketplace. Okay. You can do controller. You can do trade a plane. You can do avbuyer.com. You can do aircraftforsale.com. You can do Barnstormers. Barnstormers is more piston. Another good place is Beach Talk Forum. Another place would be Facebook, and y'all going to see my Facebook for a second. Hopefully there's nothing too crazy on here. You can go to something like Citation Pilots. Okay. So there's a lot of different places you can go to try to find aircraft for sale, because basically what this whole thing comes down to, right, is being a jet broker is finding an aircraft for sale and then finding a buyer for that aircraft. So you can attack it either way. Like if you're starting with zero money, you can go find buyers or you can go find sellers. I teach go find the seller first because I think you bring more value to the table. Like if you're at a party and someone's like, yeah, I want to buy a Phenom one day. And you're just like, all right, cool. Like you don't really bring them. You're like, oh, I could find one for you. And they're like, okay, cool, buddy. Like, but you don't bring value to the conversation. Whereas if you go and talk to an owner and say, hey, if you're looking to sell your jet, I can help you because I can market it for you and sell it for you. Now you're providing a service that doesn't really cost you much money, and so you provide value to that conversation to the seller. The seller wants to sell. You're like, oh, I can help you with my skills, leverage my skills, my time to help you. I was talking to one of our brokers yesterday, and they're like, yeah, we don't sell a service, we sell time. That's what we sell. And so we give people back their time on selling their aircraft. So I teach list and then sell, but you could do it the other way. Some people get into the industry because they have a buyer, so they got to go find one. So, but the principle is the same. Go find a plane, go find a buyer, and put them together. So on controller, we can go find a plane. So let's say, how do you get into, which market do you want to get into? That's a great question. I would honestly, I would probably go to ChatGPT here, and I would go, what are the top selling private jets under $3 million in 2024? And I would go top selling pre-owned. Now, again, ChatGPT is only going to have like the internet, and like this data is not necessarily all out there, but let's see what they says, and I will give you my professional opinion knowing what's going on. The Vision Jet, the EV, the Mustang, Eclipse, Beechcraft Premier. Okay, let's see what the sources that they used. Simple Flying, Hangar Flights. I would go check these, and see, where they're getting. Let's see this one, the cheapest private jet. Oh, is it just on the Vision Jet? Okay, Mustang, Phenom 100. Yep. So this is good. Okay. This is good. Actually, I'm gonna save this. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see this. I keep doing this. So I clicked on the link, and this is what it's bringing me. So I'm gonna do my research, right? So this is what I'm trying to get at is do your research to find, markets that people want to sell in. Another thing you could do is you could go to controller here, and you could do, what would be a way to do this? What's this? I haven't seen this. Get market reports. Oh, monthly market reports for the jets, turboprops. Oh, I like this. A broker or a jockey. That's interesting. So you can sign up for market reports. This might be fun. Oop. I don't know if it's asking me to log in or what. What's going on over here? I don't want you guys to see everything. Let me go over here for a second just so I can make sure. Oh, okay, cool. We're good. Okay. So yeah, so the market reports. Okay, now let me see if anything comes to my inbox right away. No, we'll take a look later on. Okay, so you can go to controller. You can go to jets over here. And then that's going to bring us down to all these jets. We could add a filter. We could filter by different types and stuff. Look, here's some blogs. This would be helpful. Asking prices declining, asking prices dipping. And this is good stuff here because you can take this, and take this data and present it to sellers. So when you're talking to somebody, you can provide them value. Like if you're talking to a seller, you're like, hey, Mr. Seller, we should sell our jet because, they're trending down. The prices are trending downwards. That would be of value to a seller to know, okay, I should probably sell this because otherwise it's not going to be worth anymore. So, okay, let's go back to controller jets. And I teach you how to do it in the free course, how to, look at different markets. Let's just go to the Phenom 100 market. So I'm going to come up here. Okay, I'm going to go to the Phenom 100s, and I'm going to take a look and see, okay, what's for sale here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a market report. Okay, so I'm going to create a market report that looks like this of the Phenom 100s. It's basically like an Excel spreadsheet, but I use Notion. I think it looks nicer. It's easier for me to flow. I'm going to create, I'm going to create columns of year, serial number, registration number, tags, if it's on market or not. Airframe total time, ask price, avionics, Engine, total time, programs, if it has programs or not, upgrades, maintenance, other notes, where it's based at, who it's maintained by. And then if I want to, I can actually click on here and open up a full file on it where I can add broker notes when I'm making a phone call. For example, when I'm calling this listing, I'm going to ask them, why is the owner selling? What's the history of the aircraft? What are the maintenance history? So I'm not just looking what's on the market and be like, hey, do you want to feed on 100? Like, I know the market. Okay. So if we're back to the question, go to controller, research a market, I cannot underestimate how important this is to research the market and know the market. And this is when I say know the market, it means have this information and commit it to memory. So you got to start here by knowing how to create a market report. And if you want help creating a market report, we actually sell the template over here. It's $10, so you get the Notion template. You can also get the market template for free if you go to circle.jetlifearrow.com. And then within the community, we have a leaderboard. So as you level up, you can get the marketplace for free, the market template for free. So lots of different ways to get this market report so that you can do your due diligence and learn the market. So, all right, first step, you're going to research the market. Now we got to call brokers and help them find stuff. So let's take a look here. Let's go to, I know VerityJet has a couple. So let's go check out VerityJet. Mr. Andy. So we're going to call Andy and figure out, what does he need? Actually, where's the link that I'm looking for? Let me go back. Oh, Genevieve would work. Okay. There's. Okay. Let me come back here. Maybe it's here. Sorry, there's a specific link I'm looking for. And it's just missing me where it's at right now. Let me go to 204 Charlie Alpha. This is not a Phenom 100, but I just want to show you what to look for. Jet Life Arrow. Huh. There used to be a view dealers info. For some reason, I'm having trouble pulling this up. Sorry, guys. I hate when you have to wait for me for a second. Let me go here. Okay. So this is what I want to show you. I don't know where the link is. The link is somewhere. And the link says view dealer info. I don't know where it goes. And then when you click on view dealer info, you can see what they have available for sale. So you can see what they specialize in and what else they have available. Let me try this. If I come up here and I change this to let me try that again. Dang it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this for you guys. It's not working for me. So I will find, there is a link that says view dealer information, basically. And so you can do it here. Oh, actually, I bet you could do find dealers. And you'll see it has the information here, where Jet Life Arrow is based out of and that sort of thing. So if I go to find dealers, I go to Jet Aviva. Okay, let's try that again. There they are. There's Jet Aviva and the aircraft for sale. So you can use the Find Dealers tab. And now you see their entire inventory. And another thing I noticed on there, we can leverage by country, or I'm sorry, state. So if you're in Georgia, go find your dealers in Georgia. Okay. basically what I'm trying to get you to do is I'm trying to get you to make relationships with these people. Like call these guys. Like, hey, is there anything you're looking for? Like, I'm new. Listen, I'm new. I'm trying to get into aircraft brokerage. Is there anything that you're looking for or that you're trying to find a buyer for? I see that you have. So let's do it. Just to make sure you hear me. Okay. Hey, James. My name is Tom Lelio. The reason for my call is I'm an aspiring jet broker, and I noticed you've got a couple of Falcons Gulfstreams for sale on controller. I wanted to ask, I know you don't know me from anyone else, and you probably think I'm crazy, but if I were to bring you a buyer, would there be room for a commission? Whatever you think is fair. You're doing a couple things here. Like don't skip over and be like, oh, Tom said just go introduce myself to this guy and ask him for money. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is very strategic. I'm saying, James, my name is Tom Lelio. Good morning. So he says good morning. I'm gonna say, hey, the reason for my call, like I'm not wasting my time, I'm not like, hey James, how are you? He don't care right now. He just answered the phone. He thinks you're a buyer and you're not. So you're like your credibility just went down. You're a bird dog. You're not even a broker at this point, right? So you gotta come in with confidence. You gotta hit him quickly, like, hey, good morning. The reason for my call is, and he has to get a vibe for how you're gonna treat his customers or what kind of customer you're gonna bring to him. So if you come into there all like, please, Mr. James, can I sell a jet for you? Like, he's not gonna listen to you. This guy's selling $20 million jets. This guy's a legit, dude. So you got to come in there confident. And I'm not saying every broker is going to say yes to you. Most probably are going to say no to you. But if you want to get into this is what we got to do. So James, Tom with Jet Life Arrow. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, James, real quick, the reason for my call, I know you probably get these calls all the time, not here to waste your time. But I am an aspiring broker. I noticed on Controller that you have a couple of Gulfstreams for sale. That's beautiful. The reason I wanted to ask you is if I brought you a buyer, would you be open to paying a commission, or would you be opposed? I'd probably say that. Would you be opposed to paying me a commission? Whatever you think is fair. I'm not here to be greedy. I'm just trying to get into the industry. And he'll either say no or be like, yeah, sure. And he's not going to really think much of it. And so then your next move is to go into Controller and like, well, I mean, you should have done this already. I'm sorry, but like you're going to pull in here, right? And you're going to look, okay, this is $9 million. You're going to do your market report on the Gulfstream. You're going to know, okay, is this like, where is this fairly priced and stuff like that? And then, oh, by the way, when he says like, yes, I'm open to paying a commission, you say to him, great, I really do appreciate that. Would you be able to send me a spec sheet and a maintenance report so I can, put that in front of people? And if it's a $20 million jet, he might say no. He might be like, no. And so you have to go make your own spec sheet. But the good news is, if you're a part of the Circle community, we do have templates for spec sheets. So you can just go ahead into the resources and check that out. But yeah, he might not give you a spec sheet. So you got to go make your own spec sheet on this Gulfstream. And I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but I'm telling you, we have the resources in the Circle community, but I can't go over it all right now. But so he might say to you, yeah, you got to do your own spec sheet, and then you got to go do your own spec sheet. And now you got to go find a buyer. So like we were saying over here, right? You go to Controller, you research the market, you call the broker. You got to call the broker and have a good script ready to go, and present that to him. And understand, most might say no, especially if you're shooting for Gulfstreams. I would go for, sub $1 million jets at first. Offer them if they can help find a buyer for a part of a commission. So again, the reason for my call is I was wondering, if I brought you a buyer for this airplane, would you be opposed to paying a commission? Whatever you think is fair. If they say yes, great, thank you so much. Could you send me a spec sheet on the plane so I can put it in front of them? And if they say yes, great. If they even if they say yes, I would take that spec sheet, and just for your own practice, I would make your own spec sheet. So you get in the habit of how to create a spec sheet and you make yourself stand out. And that way, when you present it to the buyer, it's like, you're the one presenting it. And you can say on there, like, this is presented on behalf of Haggerty Jets, right? That, and let the buyer, like, don't be shady. Okay, this is important. Don't be shady. If the broker gives you permission, okay, when you go to the buyer, don't be like, I have a jet. You don't have a jet. You're not the one who has a signed listing agreement with the owner. So don't pull this, I have a jet, whether you're going to pull it with a buyer or another broker, because maybe you're going to go and you're going to say, maybe your play is this. Okay, so, and I know I'm hopping all over, but I'm kind of getting pumped up over here. So maybe your play is this. Okay, it's a Gulfstream G5. Great. Okay, so maybe, and this happens. Sometimes brokers don't like talking to each other. Maybe one day you looked at a broker the wrong way and he doesn't want to do business with you anymore. Well, that's why we need bird dogs, so we can go. So maybe you take this. James said you can pitch it. Okay, great. So now you go to the Gulfstream G5 listings. There's 17 for sale. Now you can go through. You can be like, okay, East Coast Jet Center. Let's take a look at this guy. All right. Nice one. It's a 2000, just like mine. And it's got this. Great. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at Mark Connell. Let's give Mark a call. Mark, good morning. Tom with, my name's Tom Lelio. The reason for my call is I'm actually, trying to become a jet broker, and I'm kind of putting my Gulfstream marketplace together. I spoke with James over at Haggerty Jets, and he said he told me that he'd be willing to pay me a commission if we brought somebody for his plane. One, I was wondering if you'd be open to the same thing. But two, I was wondering, do you have any buyers for James's plane? I know you're probably aware of it, but he told me that the owner might be motivated, or like now you're trying to put a deal together. Because as a broker, like I do call and talk to the brokers, right? But I'm not doing it on a regular basis. So if somebody is doing that on my behalf, hey, I spoke with Tom and his citation is still for sale. Do you have anybody who would buy his citation? And if you can bring a deal together because you were there at the right place at the right time, you'll get paid a commission. So now you talk to James. Now you talk to Mark. You got some information from them. Hey, Mark, do you have any other off-market airplanes that you're looking to move, that if I brought you that you pay a commission, would you be opposed to paying a commission? Like this, do you see where we're going with this? And again, if you're going to do this, do not present it to a buyer or another broker. Don't go to Mark and be like, hey, Mark, I've got a G5 for you. And then pitch him James's plane, especially when you pitch James's plane with James's spec sheet. This has happened to me. People are like, Tom, I have a plane for you. And they show it to me. I'm like, no, this is Susie's, like from ABC Jets. Like, I know this jet, like, and you're trying to pitch to me like, number one, you have it when you don't, it's somebody else's. And so I wish you would have told me it was somebody else's. And number two, it's already on the market. I'm aware of it on the market. So, if you're going to show me something on market, also give me a reason why I should look at it again. Right. So you should go to Mark with James's plane, and like, give him new information that he might not have. Well, hey, I just got off the phone with James, and he told me they're looking at a price reduction in the next week. So now you're giving Mark, from here, East Coast Jet Center. Now you're giving Mark inside information that maybe he didn't know. Oh, they're looking at a price reduction. Really? Okay, well, let me think about this. And this is best case scenario, right? This is assuming that, again, you presented yourself well to James. He's letting you, bird dog and go find a buyer for this. This is assuming that Mark's open to talking to people and all this kind of stuff. But these are the plays, right? This is the play. This is the game. So you go to controller, research the market with the market report, call the brokers with the script we just talked about, offer them help to get a commission. Now you got to go find a buyer. You can find a buyer by working with other brokers, or like he says over here, yes, we can go to places like Reddit, Quora, Beach Talk, Pods of America. Places like Controller do have post a want to buy for free, so you can be like, hey, I'm looking for a G4 SP, try to get buyers that way. Beach Talk's a good place. Facebook's a good place. Call mechanics. That's not a bad idea. How do you find mechanics? You just Google it. I would do, let's see, I would do Gulfstream G4 mechanic, LinkedIn, and I'd start going through LinkedIn of who's a Gulfstream G4 mechanic. And now I can talk to them. Flight schools, see if they're interested. Yeah, if it's a piston plane. You could ask, Gulfstream G4 charter, charter operator. Again, LinkedIn. Yeah, a charter operator. So maybe find a charter operator that might be looking for a G5. You can bring it to them that way. So there's a couple different plays, but everything he's saying here is right on. And Dusan is a member of the Circle community, as you can tell, and you can tell he's been learning. So I wanted to make this video for him, but also because I think it's important to kind of break down these steps, right? What does it mean to go to controller? What does it mean to research the market? What does it mean to call brokers and offer them help? And there's a lot still that I didn't go over, how to do a full-fledged market report, how to make those phone calls, how to script out what you're going to say to people. There's a lot to it, but that's the good news. We have our free Circle community. So definitely check that out. If this is your first time on the channel, thank you so much for checking it out. I hope you click the subscribe button. I want to share with you over here. We've got our Jet Life stores to support the channel. We've got a daily planner for aspiring brokers. We've got the Ultimate Jet Guide, the book that I wrote on how to buy and sell private jets. It was written for buyers and sellers, but it's also good for brokers. We've got the market report template here. We've got and some swag. If you're going to walk around and be a jet broker, you might as well look good. So if you haven't clicked the subscribe button, I would really appreciate that to support the channel, all the free resources that we give, and go to go.theultimatejetguide.com/shop to check out the shop. Or if you're on YouTube, just click the link below. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here today. Look forward to seeing you on the next stream. We'll catch you later.